I was left. Just dirt that remembers more than people do. There's a patch of ground past the edge of town where even the crows don't stick around. No marker, no stone, no story told, just a silence that refuses to grow old. I came here looking for something I lost, but the earth don't bargain, it only cost. Every step I take feels like I've been here before, like I buried more than just one soul in that soil. And the air gets heavy still, like it knows what I can't kill. And what I never will, it's the nameless grave where the truth got buried, where every promise I made got carried down into the dark where no light behaves. Now I stand over the nameless grave. Yeah, the nameless grave don't speak out loud, but it screams through the dirt and the shroud. Every lie I lived, every sin I saved, now they sleep in the nameless grave. I remember that night of what I choose to recall, a broken fence line and a final fall. You were calling my name through the pouring rain, but I answered silence like it was my name. The shovel felt lighter than my conscience did, like I was digging up everything I hid. And when the ground finally swallowed it whole, it didn't just take you, it took my soul. Now the moon won't look this way, like it's scared of what I say when I come back here to pray. It's the nameless grave where the truth got buried, where every promise I made got carried down into the dark where no light behaves. Now I stand over the nameless grave. Yeah, the nameless grave don't speak out loud, but it screams through the dirt and the shroud. Every lie I lived, every sin I saved, now they sleep in the nameless grave. You remember, you did this. You stayed silent. I don't know who's beneath me anymore, or if it was ever just one name. Forgets where I've been. I talk to the ground like it might reply, but it only listens as I ask why. There's no forgiveness etched in stone, just a place where I stand alone. And every breath I take feels borrowed time from a debt that was never mine. And the dirt won't let me leave, like it's part of what I grieve. And the grave don't believe. Like a ghost in chains, every step I take leads me back again to the place where it all went end. Yeah, the nameless grave don't fade with years, it feeds on silence, it grows on tears. And every truth I was too afraid to save now lives in the nameless grave. It's the nameless grave, and it knows my name, even if the world won't say the same. And I'll keep coming back, forever enslaved to the nameless grave. No name carved, but it remembers mine. falls down across the floor, like it don't belong here anymore. Every corner holds its breath, like it's waiting on something left. The walls don't speak, but they still live, and all the things they won't forgive. And every step I take feels slow, like I've been here long ago. Through the broken door, where I swore I'd go no more. The dust still hangs, the air still aches, with every choice a man can't shake. The mirror's cracked but shows too clear, a face I tried to leave last year. But time don't change what's underneath, it just lets it sink in deep. I hear the floorboards shift and sigh, like they remember every lie. Every shadow stretched too long feels like it knows where I went wrong. There ain't no place I didn't hide from the truth I kept inside. And every step I took to flee just brought the dark back close to me. Shadows don't forgive what you've done, they follow close, they never run. No matter where you try to go, they're in the light you think you know. I tried to outrun my past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I can't outlive leads me back where shadows live. The hallway bends the way it did back when I was just a kid. But now it feels too tight, too near, like it's closing in with fear. I pass the room where silence grew, from words I never followed through. And every mark upon the wall still stands to witness every fall. A voice calls out but not too loud, like it's wrapped inside a shroud. And though I know there's no one there, it feels too real to just be here. The dark don't scream, it don't accuse, it just reveals what you can't lose. And every truth I tried to shove still lingers where I couldn't love. Shadows don't forgive what you've done, they follow close, they never run. No matter where you try to go, they're in the light you think you know. I tried to outrun my past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I can't outlive leads me back where shadows live. In every shape the darkness calls, not faces clear, not forms I know, just pieces of what I let go. They don't reach out, they don't demand, they just remain where I still stand. A quiet proof I can't deny of every truth I let die. And in the stillness I can feel something far too sharp to heal. Not pain, not fear, not even grief, just something deeper than belief. And maybe shadows ain't the night, but everything we keep from light. Not evil, not some curse to lift, just truth we never learned to sift. And every step I took away just stretched them longer into day, till I became what I once feared, a man with nothing left but here. Shadows don't forgive what I've done, they to the place where darkness lives. Now I don't run, I don't pretend, I walk with them until the end. No light to chase, no past to flee, just all that still remains of me. And if you ever feel them near, in quiet rooms or empty fear, don't turn away, don't try to live like shadows ever could forgive. The light fades out, the dark won't shift. It holds you close, it never drifts. And I remain where truth won't live, 'cause shadows don't forgive. No television. The ground feels wrong where I stand tonight. Too soft for earth, too still for ride. The wind don't blow, it drags its feet like it knows what lies beneath. Each step I take don't sound the same, like the dirt remembers every name. And something cracks beneath my weight, like it's been waiting to awake. I came out here where the trail runs dry, where the maps all fade and the markers lie. They said this land don't take too kind to those who wander past their mind. The sky hung low like a rusted chain, holding back a coming pain. And every mile I walked alone felt less like land and more like bone. I kicked a stone, but it split too clean, like it wasn't what it seemed. And when I brushed the dust away, I saw a shape that used to pray. The earth don't speak, but it still knows every truth that never shows. And every secret buried deep don't always stay where it should sleep. There's bones beneath my boots tonight, cracking softly out of sight. Every step I take reminds I'm walking over borrowed time. Oh, I try to move, but I feel it pull, like the ground itself is full of everything that came before, and something begging me for more. I kept on walking through the gray, where the daylight slowly slipped away. The land stretched out but never changed, like distance here had been rearranged. A fence stood crooked in the field, with wires that refused to yield. And hanging there in twisted form was something shake but not yet gone. No name to mark, no sign to read, just something left for earth to feed. And in the quiet I could swear it turned its hollow gaze to stare. The wind went still, the silence grew, like the land was watching too. And every breath I tried to take felt like it wasn't mine to make. There's bones beneath my boots tonight, cracking softly out of sight. Every step I take reminds I'm walking over borrowed time. Oh, I try to move, but I feel it pull, like the ground itself is full of everything that sun. Layer on layer of silent cries, buried under endless skies. No graves, no stones, no prayers said, just land that fed upon the dead. And in that moment, cold and still, I felt a truth against my will, that I was not just passing through. This place had always known me too. And every step I thought was mine was walking down a deeper line, a path of those who came before, now pressing up beneath the floor. No memory, no final rest, just time collapsing in the chest of earth that holds but won't forgive the weight of all who tried to live. There's bones beneath my boots tonight, no turning back, no wrong or right. Every step I take reminds I'm part of what the ground confines. So I tried to leave, but now I know there's nowhere else for me to go. And every road I once pursued led me here to join the buried truth. Now I don't hear the cracking sound, 'cause I don't walk above the ground. I feel it close around my frame, like I was always part of the same. And if you wander through this land and feel the shift beneath your stand, don't stay too long, don't try to prove what waits beneath your every move. Turns, but not for me. The sky forgets what used to be, and I remain where time concludes, just bones beneath forgotten boots. Footsteps leading anywhere. The sky hangs low in silent gray, like it forgot the light of day. The ground is still untouched alone, no carved out grief, no marked out stone, just empty earth where nothing grows, and something buried no one knows. Without a sign, no name to read, no cross to find, just a patch of dirt turned cold and bare, like even death won't settle there. They said don't ask, don't look too deep, some things are better left asleep. But silence has a way of pulling at the truth it keeps from showing. My hand shook as I knelt down low to touch the soil no one would know. And in that moment something stirred, not a sound, not quite a word. The air grew tight, the light grew thin, like I had stepped too far within a place where memory don't forgive, and nothing buried truly lives. It's a grave without flowers, without a name, where the past don't fade and don't feel shame. No mourning hands, no tears to show, just silence deeper than we know. I tried to leave, but I couldn't go. Something held me in that hollow, and every breath I dared to take felt like it was theirs to break. No footprints led me to that ground, no voices made a warning sound, just instinct pulling me along, like I had always known I was wrong. The dirt was soft, too soft to trust, like it remembered blood and dust, and every inch inch beneath my skin said, don't dig up what lies within. But something deeper took control, a weight that pressed against my soul. And when I pushed the earth aside, I felt the truth I tried to hide. The sky went dark, the trees stood still, like time itself had lost its will. And every breath became a thread, binding me to what was dead. It's a grave without flowers, without a name, where the past don't fade and don't feel shame. No mourning hands, no tears to show, just silence deeper than we know. Oh, I tried to leave, but I couldn't go. Something held me in that hollow, and every breath I dared to take felt like it was theirs to break. Shade beneath the ground, not quite lost, not quite found. No face to know, no form to claim, just something tied to guilt and shame. And in its stillness I could feel a truth too quiet to be real, that this was never just a place, it was a memory I couldn't face. A moment buried deep in time, a single act of silent crime. No witness left, no trace to see, except the part that lived in me. And then I knew why no one came, why no one spoke or gave it name. Some graves don't need a flower laid, they live in debts that never fade. No stone can mark what can't be told, no prayer can soften what's grown cold. And every lie I tried to keep was planted there too deep, too deep. It's a grave without flowers, without a name, where the past don't fade and don't feel shame. No mourning hands, no tears to show, just silence deeper than we know. Oh, I tried to leave, but I understand some things don't rest beneath the land. And now I know what I became, the one who never gave it name. Now I walk where the shadows fall, with no one left to tell it all. No proof, no mark, no final sign, just this quiet weight of mine. And every night when the world goes still, I feel that place beyond my will, calling me back through time and air, to stand alone beside it there. No flowers bloom, no prayers are said, no peace for what was left for dead. And I remain where truth won't waver, bound to a grave without a flower. Shut soft, but it called me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall, like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still. My breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around. For the world to speak, but nothing answered back to me. I spoke to silence after you left, and knew my sins and knew my regrets. trust that road. It takes your name and leaves your soul. But I laughed like fire in a summer storm, set out around every shape I was born. So I kissed goodbye to the porch light glow, and I followed where the wild winds go. The tires screamed on the gravel night, like they knew the truth I was trying to hide. Every mile felt just the same, like a loop confession without a name. I saw a preacher at a gas station light, said, "Son, you're drifting out of sight." But his eyes were hollow, his hands were cold, like he'd been driving this road too long to hold. This is a road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. I met a man with a rusted car, said he used to chase every falling star. Now he counts the cracks in his worn-out dash, like the memories that fade too fast. He said, "Son, don't trust the yellow signs. They lie in shadows and crooked lines. Every promise here is a buried lie. Every goodbye just learns to lie." We shared a drink by the roadside ditch, where the water hummed like a broken switch. He said, "I've been here since I don't know when, and I knew I'd see him again and again." The moon was a bruise in a tired sky as I watched my reflection pass me by, and it winked like it knew what I'd become, a ghost with a tank that's never full of sun. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. There was a town that I almost knew, with a church bell ringing through the blue, but the doors were locked and the windows cracked, like they'd seen too many souls pass by. A woman stood with a cigarette burn, said, "Every traveler never learns. They think they're running from what they are, but they're just circling the same damn scars." She touched my hand and it turned to dust, like everything here forgets to trust. And when I blinked, she was gone, like smoke, just a voice inside what the silence spoke. I tried to stop, but the wheels won't break. They keep on dragging me night and day. The engine moans like a dying hymn, as the edges of the world grow thin. I see my house in the rearview glass, but it flickers like it was never my past. Just a trick of light, just a borrowed dream, slipping away at the seams between. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. The door shuts off, but it cold me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall, like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood distant sin, carrying ghosts upon the wind. The air felt thin like breath could break. With every move the world would shake, and something burned beyond my sight, turning day into endless night. I stood where the old house used to be, just charred remains in memory. The walls were gone, the roof had caved, like nothing here had been saved. The ground was black where fire had fed on everything we ever said, and every step I tried to take kicked up the past in ash and ache. I found a frame without a face, just empty wood and empty space, like time itself had walked away and left the rest to slowly decay. And in the smoke I thought I heard a broken, half-forgotten word, like someone calling from within, the drifting ash upon the wind. It's ashes on the wind, they never stay. They carry everything away. Every love, every sin, just ashes scattered in the wind. Oh, I reach, but there's nothing there, just fading traces in the air. And all I was and all I've been is blowing like ash upon the wind. The trees stand there with blackened bones, like silent witnesses alone. Their branches stretch like pleading hands over this broken, burned out land. I hear the crackle in my mind of flames that left no trace behind, just echoes trapped in smoky air, things that used to still be there. A photograph half burned, half gone, still holds a moment I held on. But when I touch it, falls apart, like memory can't keep its heart. The wind don't care what it takes away, it steals the night, it steals the day. And every piece I try to save just slips into an unseen grave. It's ashes on the wind, they never stay. They carry everything away. Every love, every sin, just ashes scattered in the wind. Oh, I reach, but there's nothing there, just fading traces in the air. And all I was and all I've been is blowing like ash upon the wind. I see their faces in the smoke, in every curl, in every stroke. They rise then fade without a sound, like they were never truly found. A voice I knew drifts through the gray, calling me but far away. And I can't tell if it's a dream or something caught between the seams. The fire's gone, but still it burns in every place it once returned. Not in flame, but deep inside, where loss and memory collide. And maybe nothing really stays, it all just drifts and slowly fades, from solid ground to weightless air, till nothing's left of anywhere. And maybe we're just passing through, like smoke that never quite was true. A moment carved and torn apart by winds that scatter every heart. It's ashes on the wind, they never stay. They carry everything away. Every love, every sin, just ashes scattered in the wind. Oh, I reach, but there's nothing there, just fading traces in the air. And now I see what life has been, just ashes drifting in the wind. Now I walk where nothing grows, through fields of quiet, burned out roads. No past to hold, no future clear, just empty space that lingers here. And every step I take feels feels like I'm dissolving into night, becoming part of what has been. A trace of ash upon the wind. The wind still blows, it always will, across the ash, across the still, and somewhere lost yet never pinned, we fade away like ash in wind. The wind cuts sharp across the stone, like it's carving through the bone. No birds sing, no daylight wounds, just restless skies and coming storms. The hills stand tall like silent judges, keeping count of blood and grudges. And every step you take up here feels like something drawing near. And dread, with a price half paid and a past not dead. They said don't come if you've done wrong. These hills remember far too long. Cabins rock where the cold winds pass, with broken glass and brittle grass. And every door I passed that day looked like it turned its face away. A man I knew once crossed this line, swore he'd leave it all behind, but they found him cold beneath the shell, with empty eyes and a wordless tale. A voice came drifting through the ridge, like it followed every step I lived. Said you can climb but you won't outrun what's been waiting since you begun. There's no mercy in these hills tonight, no wrong or right, just fight or flight. Every sin you tried to hide comes crawling out from the mountainside. Oh, I came to settle what I owe, but the land don't care, it only knows. And every path I try to take leads me back to my mistake. At the ridge's end, where the road gives up and the shadows bend, the door hung loose like a broken tooth, guarding nothing but the truth. Inside was still too still to trust, like the air itself had turned to dust. And on the wall, carved deep and wide, were names of those who never survived. Mine was there in jagged lines, like it had been carved before my time. And something deep beneath my skin told me I'd always belong within. The fire pit burned with no flame, yet still it whispered out my name. And every breath I tried to claim just fed the echo all the same. There's no mercy in these hills tonight, no wrong or right, just fight or flight. Every sin you tried to hide comes crawling out from the mountainside. Oh, I came to settle what I owe, but the land don't care, it only knows. And every path I try to take leads me back to my mistake. My mistake. was closing every rift. Figures moved along the crest, shaped like the ones I never confessed. They didn't speak, they didn't chase, they just stood there face to face. And in the silence I could feel every truth I tried to conceal. No courtroom here, no final plea, just the land and what it sees. There ain't no law in rock and bone, no judge to say I'm not alone. Just ancient ground that knows your name and holds you to it all the same. And every step you think is free was carved long before you could see that some debts don't fade with time, they root themselves in dirt and crime. There's no mercy in these hills tonight, no wrong or right, just endless night. Every sin I tried to hide now walks with me, side by side. Oh, I came to settle what I owe. Now I finally understand and know there ain't no rope, no way to break from the shape of my mistake. Now I wonder where the red lines bleed, with nothing left but what I've been. No past to change, no truth to twist, just names carved deep in the mountain's fist. And if you ever climb this high and feel that weight you can't deny, turn back before you lose your will. There's no mercy in these hills. The wind still cuts, the silence stays. The wind still cuts, the silence stays. The wind cuts sharp across the stone, like it's carving through the bone. No birds sing, no daylight warms, just restless skies and coming storms. The hills stand tall like silent judges, keeping count of blood and grudges. And every step you take up here feels like something drawing near. I rode in slow through dust and dread, with a price half paid and a past not dead. They said don't come if you've done wrong, these hills remember far too long. Cabins rock where the cold winds pass, with broken glass and brittle grass. And every door I passed that day, look. The pines stand tall where the shadows sleep, where the roots run dark and the silence keeps every secret that the night can find. Buried deep where the light can't find, the wind moves slow through needle and bone, like it's whispering names it's always known. And somewhere lost between the lines, something waits beneath the pines. I took that trail past the broken sign, where the path fades out and twists with time. They said don't walk where the forest bends, 'cause that's where all the lost ones end. But I've been chasing what I can't explain, through dirt, through dust, through quiet pain. And every step I made that day felt like it pulled me further away. The trees grew thick, the light grew thin, like the world was closing slowly in. And every sound I tried to trace just echoed back without a place. I saw the ground where it sank just right, like it had swallowed up the night. And something deep beneath the skin told me not to look within. It's buried beneath the pines, where the truth won't stay, where the earth pulls everything away. Every lie, every crime, just fading now beneath the pines. Oh, I hear them calling through the ground, in every root and every sound. And the I find just what was buried beneath the pines. I found a shovel half sunk in clay, like someone tried to walk away, but left behind what they had done. When the digging finally was done, the dirt was loose, too soft, too wide, like it was breathing from inside. And every instinct in my bones said, leave this place and go back home. But something pulled me to my knees beneath those ancient watching trees. And when I touched the hollow ground, I swear I felt a heartbeat sound. The wind went still, the forest hushed, like every living thing it rushed to watch the moment I would see what waited there beneath me's buried beneath the pines, where the truth won't stay, where the earth pulls everything away, every lie, every crime just fading now beneath the pines. Oh, I hear them calling through the ground, in every root and every sound. And the deeper I go, the less I find, and just what was buried beneath the pines. I started digging with shaking hands through broken earth and silent land. Each inch I cleared, the colder it grew, like I was breaking something through. Then came the smell of rust and rain, of something lost that won't remain. And buried there beneath the soil was more than death, more than spoil. I saw a shape I couldn't name, not quite a body, not quite the same. And in that moment I understood some things are meant to leave the wood. The forest breathed, the roots held tight, like they were guarding something right. Not evil, not good, just bound to be a memory locked eternally. And every tree began to sway, not from wind but something say, like they were warning me to go before I learned too much to know. It's buried beneath the pines, where the truth won't stay, where the earth pulls everything away, every lie, every crime just fading now beneath the pines. Oh, I hear them calling through the ground, in every root and every sound. And now I know what I can't find is what I left beneath the pines. I don't remember leaving there, or how I made it anywhere, but sometimes in the dead of night I smell that damp and hear that sigh. The wind through trees ain't just the breeze, it's something speaking through the leaves. And every dream pulls me behind, back to the place beneath the pines. So if you walk where the tall trees grow, don't trust the things you think you know, 'cause once you hear that quiet sign, you'll be buried beneath the pines.
Secrets it don't keep. The water hums a hollow tune underneath the dying moon. No ripples break, no voices call, just something moving beneath it all. And every glance into that black feels like it's pulling something back.
They found his boots by the river bend, where the mud and memory never end. No sign of struggle, no trace of fight, just empty space and fading light.
The town said he must have slipped away, lost his footing, gone astray. But I knew better deep inside, the river don't take, it decides. always watched us close in ways nobody ever knows. And every whisper through the reeds sounded like it knew our deeds. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a name that never was found. Oh, I stood there calling through the dark, but the water swallowed every mark. And now I hear it when I'm alone, like it's waiting to take me home. His mother cried, but never loud, just stared at the ground, never the crowd, like she already understood what no one else believed they could. They dragged the banks for days and more, but nothing washed up on the shore, just drifting leaves and silent proof that some things don't return the truth. The sheriff said, son, let it go, but I could feel it in the flow. Something deeper than death or chance, something that don't leave by circumstance. At night I hear it call his name through water thick and dark and plain. And sometimes I swear it calls for me from somewhere far beneath the stream. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a name that never was found. I stood there calling through the dark, but the water swallowed every mark. And now I hear it when I'm alone, like it's waiting to take me home. I went back down to the river's edge with shaking hands and broken breath. The moonlight cut across the tide, like it was hiding something inside. I saw a shape beneath the flow, not drifting past, but moving slow. And in that moment I could tell it knew me far too well. A hand broke through, then slipped below, like it was asking me to go. And I felt something in my chest stop pulling me toward the rest. And maybe he was never gone, just part of what the river's on. A current made of time and sin, where everything returns again. And maybe we all end up there, in water thick with silent prayer. Not lost, not found, just pulled below, where the river always flows. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a truth that won't be found. Oh, I stand now at the edge once more, feeling something I can't ignore. And I hear it calling through the phone, like it's time to take me home. My boots sit where his once did lie, at the place where the water sighed. No fear left, no reason to fight, just the pull of the endless night. And if they come to look for me, they won't find what they think they'll see, just empty ground and water's breath, where the river speaks of death. The willows weep, the current hums, for all the lost, for won't shine for mercy. It shines for what hunts beneath it. Frozen ground where the world goes quiet and the lost are found. Every shadow stretches like a living thing with teeth made of hunger and memories. I've been walking this ridge since the fire went out, with a heart full of questions and a head full of doubt. And the forest don't judge, it just waits and stares like it knows every sin a man carries there. I hear them moving in the dark, like the circle in my heart, waiting for the world to fall apart. We are wolves under the moon, we don't belong to light, born from the hunger of a merciless night. Every instinct pulls us closer to the edge, walking that thin line on a broken ledge. Yeah, we are wolves under the moon, no place to hide, with the wild running deep on the inside. And every step we take, we're consumed by the wolves under the moon. I saw your face in the reflection of the frozen lake, but it vanished like a promise that we couldn't make. There's a part of me still calling your name, but the echo comes back just the same. The wind cuts sharp like a memory blade of every wrong decision that I ever made. And I feel something watching from beyond the trees, like it's breathing in rhythm with me. And the silence starts to grow, like it already knows where the darkness goes. We are wolves under the moon, we don't belong to light, born from the hunger of a merciless night. Every instinct pulls us closer to the edge, walking that thin line on a broken ledge. Yeah, we are wolves under the moon, no place to hide, with the wild running deep on the inside. And every step we take, we're consumed by the wolves under the moon. Run, hungry, remember. I try to be something tame, but the night still knows my name. Now I don't know if I'm chasing or being chased. Every path I take feels like a losing race, and the line between beast and man is thin when the moonlight crawls under your skin. There's a truth in the forest I can't deny, that something in me never learned to die. And the deeper I go into the cold unknown, the more I realize I'm not alone. And the how becomes my own, like it's carved into bone, like I've never been home. We are wolves under the moon, we never break free from the hunger that lives inside of me. Every fear I face, every truth I consume turns to wolves under the moon.
just watches.
The wind got sharp like a rusted blade. I've been riding through the night trying not to fade. The stars above don't shine for me no more. Just lead me down this lonesome desert floor. Every town I pass remembers my name. Whispers spread like wildfire and blame. I ain't searching for forgiveness or peace, just a place where my heart can find a sleep. 'Cause I'm a rider without a home, just a shadow made of dust and bone. I'm a rider. The road runs quiet through the night, like it's hiding from the light. Dust hangs low where memories roam, on the path that leads us home. There's a weight I can't outrun, from all the things I've said and done, and every mile I've ever known just leads me back to carry home. I came back through that broken gate, where time and truth don't separate. The house still stands but leans in shame, like it remembers every name. The porch still creaks beneath my feet, like it knows what I won't speak. And every step I take inside feels like there's nowhere left to hide. There's a photograph turned face down, like it couldn't bear the sound of what I was and what I've been, staring back through faded skin. And in the silence I confess, the ghost I never laid to rest. They don't accuse, they don't condemn, they just wait for me to name them. These are the sins we carry home, carved in flesh and set in stone. No matter how far we try to roam, we drag them back, we drag them home. Oh, I tried to leave them in the past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I've ever known leads me back to carry home. The kitchen still smells faint and cold, the words too sharp, the stories told. The cut too deep to disappear, and lingers stronger year by year. A chair sits empty by the wall, like it's waiting for a call that never came, that never will, but echoes in the silence still. I hear my father's voice again, not loud, not clear, just drifting in, like something lost between regret and all the things he can't forget. The walls don't speak, but they still know every truth I never show, and every lie I tried to own has found its way back home. These are the sins we carry home, carved in flesh and set in stone. No matter how far we try to roam, we drag them back, we drag them home. Oh, I tried to leave them in the past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I've ever known leads me back to carry home. I walked out back where the garden died, where we buried things we couldn't hide. The soil's still soft, the air's still thick, with everything we tried to fix. I knelt down slow and dug my hands through broken dirt and shifting plans. And what I found wasn't bone or blade, just every choice I ever made. They rose like shadows in the dusk, not to judge, not to discuss, just to stand where I could see what they've always been to me. And I finally learned what I denied: you can't outrun what lives inside. There ain't no road, no distant place that wipes away what time can't erase. It ain't the world that holds the blame, it's every step that shaped my name, and every scar I tried to disown. Something I'm always know that every road you travel on still brings you back where you belong. The night grows still, the past won't fade, but I don't fear the mess I've made. 'Cause in the dark I finally know these are the sins we carry home. Wind got sharp like a rusted blade. I've been riding through the night trying not to fade. The stars above don't shine for me no more. Just lead me down this lonesome desert floor. Every town I pass remembers my name. Whispers spread like wildfire and blame. I ain't searching for forgiveness or peace, just a place where my heart can finally sleep. 'Cause I'm a rider without a home, just a shadow made of dust and bone. I'm a rider without. And don't lie, just stay still, like it's waiting on a wheel. The wind cuts through like something sharp, through a quiet, beating heart. There's a weight I can't outrun, cold as steel, shaped like a gun. And every step I take feels proof there's a bullet meant for truth. I walked into that dying town where every face was looking down. No one spoke, no one asked why, just empty streets and shuttered eyes. The saloon light flickered thin, like it didn't want me stepping in. But I pushed that door with steady hand, like I'd already made my stand. He sat alone at the far end, a man I used to call a friend. But truth don't stay where lies begin, and I could see it wearing him. Every word we left unsaid hung between us like the dead. And every breath we tried to fake felt like a choice we had to make. There's a bullet for the truth tonight. No wrong or mercy, no wrong or right. Just one last line we can't undo, between what's false and what is true. Oh, I tried to bury what I knew, but it always found its way back through. And every lie ever told leads to truth I can't withhold. He spoke my name like it still meant something more than what it's been. But in his voice I heard the break of something neither could remake. He said, you don't know what you've seen, but I've been living in between the man he was and what he's done, and everything we can't outrun. The room went still, the world went tight, like it narrowed down to just this night. And every eye that wasn't there still felt like it was watching there. My hand went low without a sound to the weight I always found. And in that moment, cold and clear, there was nothing left but here. There's a bullet for the truth tonight. No wrong or mercy, no wrong or right. Just one last line we can't undo, between what's false and what is true. Oh, I tried to bury what I knew, but it always found its way back through. And every lie I ever told leads to truth I can't withhold. His eyes met mine without a fight, like he'd been waiting for this night. No anger left, no need to run, just quiet acceptance of what's begun. I saw it then in his stare, not guilt, not fear, just something better, like truth had already taken hold before the story could be told. The silence cracked without a sound, this time itself slowed down, and everything we tried to hide stood there with nowhere left to slide. It ain't the gun that seals the end, or who's wrong, or who's pretend. It's the truth we let remain, growing quiet, growing pain. And every step we took away just led us back to this one day, where nothing left can be unspun, and truth stands still before the gun. There's a bullet for the truth tonight, and I can't tell the dark from light. Every line I crossed before leads me here to settle score. I tried to run from what I knew, but now I see it's always true. And every road I've ever run ends here beneath the smoking gun. To sleep with secrets buried far too deep. No one asks, no one speaks, just quiet truths in hollow streets. And if you ever pass this way, don't trust the things they won't say, 'cause truth don't fade, it just waits behind a gun that hesitates. The night stays still, the echoes fade, but truth don't die where lies are made. And somewhere lost in what I've done still lingers that fine